Afternoon. Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Wife of Lagos State Governor advocates agriculture for women to promote food security, support environmental sustainability. President Tinubu orders crackdown on killers of travelers in Plateau State. On a foreign scene, United States Defense Secretary reaffirms America's damage on Iranian nuclear sites. And in sports, Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola downplays team's World Cup success amid disappointment. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Wife of the Lagos State Governor Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu has encouraged women across the state to adopt urban agriculture practices within their homes to promote food security, improve household nutrition, and support environmental sustainability. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu made this call as part of activities marking the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, ELSADA's 30th anniversary. Speaking on the importance of home-based agriculture, Mrs. Sanwo-Olu urged women to embrace urban farming, emphasizing that the smallest spaces can be creatively utilized. She further highlighted the importance of using modern techniques such as hydroponics, an innovative soil-less farming method that is ideal for urban areas where space is limited, saying the technique allows people without land to still grow their food efficiently, even in urban apartments. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu emphasized Lagos State government's commitment to strengthening food systems through the establishment of food hubs and agricultural innovation hubs across the state's 5 divisions, designed to promote agricultural practices, improve access to fresh produce, and build resilience in the food value chain. She also spoke about the Every Home a Garden project, which aims to encourage residents to practice agriculture within their homes using accessible materials and techniques. The project aligns with the Renewed Hope initiative of the wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, which seeks to empower women and youths across the country through agricultural development. As part of efforts to instill a culture of world-class physical planning and development among the younger generation, the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, LASPA, under the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, has launched a sensitization campaign targeting secondary schools across the state. The initiative was officially flagged off by the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, who led a delegation of senior officials from the ministry and LASPA to select schools within Ikeja. Olumide said the initiative aligns with the ministry's mandate on public advocacy and sensitization, emphasizing that it aims to deepen students' understanding and appreciation of orderly physical development. He pointed out that comprehensive master plans have been documented for every part of the state to ensure coordinated growth. The commissioner further revealed that the sensitization program would culminate in an inter-school competition during which students with demonstrable knowledge of physical planning processes will be rewarded and encouraged. Also speaking, the Permanent Secretary, Office of Physical Planning, Olumide Shotere, noted that the goal is to catch the students young and help them appreciate the significance of physical planning early in life. On his part, General Manager of LASPA, Kehinde Oshinaike, said the sensitization drive reinforces the state government's commitment to enlightenment and public engagement, countering the perception that government is focused only on enforcement. He expressed gratitude to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for approving the school sensitization initiative and for his consistent support of physical planning and permit processes. The Lagos State government, through the Office of the Chief of Staff and the Project Implementation and Monitoring Unit, has organized a high-level 3-day stakeholders retreat themed from concept to completion. Best practices in project lifecycle management at Ekpe. The event brought together key decision makers and implementers from across ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, in the state, private sector partners, and development stakeholders in collaboration with the Project Management Institute, USA. While declaring the event open, the Chief of Staff to the Governor of Lagos State, Tayo Ayinde, noted the timeliness of its theme and its alignment with the state's strategic priorities. The Chief of Staff stressed that project life cycle management is not just a technical requirement, but the bedrock of sustainable development, adding that proper planning, execution, monitoring, and evaluation are critical to delivering infrastructure and services that stand the test of time and meet the needs of citizens. The retreat featured participation from members of the State Executive Council, heads of agencies and parastatals, political aides to the governor, and representatives of PMI Sub-Saharan Africa, alongside expert facilitators and stakeholders. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Nigerian police force to collaborate with other security and intelligence agencies to track down and bring to justice those responsible for the brutal killing of 12 travelers in Plateau State. The president's order followed widespread outrage over the murder of wedding guests, including the father and brother of the groom, who were attacked while traveling from Zaria in Kaduna State to Jos Plateau State. Condemning the attack, President Tinubu described the act as unacceptable and barbaric and reiterated his administration's zero-tolerance stance on violence, lawlessness, and threats to national unity. While calling for calm among affected communities, President Tinubu assured Nigerians that those behind the heinous act will not escape justice. He extended his condolences to the bereaved families and to the people and government of Kaduna State. The federal government has invested over 200 billion naira in the agricultural sector as part of its efforts to boost food production and ensure national food security. Minister of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, said through the intervention, 2,150,000 naira was given out to support farmers across the country. Kyari also revealed that the ministry distributed fertilizers worth over 2.15 million naira to farmers nationwide to support cultivation and improve yields. He added that the journey towards food sufficiency in Nigeria has not been easy, but noted significant progress has been made with the support of development partners such as the Food and Agriculture Organization and the World Bank. And now to foreign news. United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the U.S. devastated the Iranian nuclear program with its overnight strikes on 3 sites. Hegseth says the strikes were not about regime change, but that President Trump has consistently stated for over 10 years that Iran must not get a nuclear weapon. The defense secretary said the U.S. sent bombers over the Pacific as a decoy and did not come under fire during the operation. Earlier, United States President Donald Trump told Iran to make peace or face far greater attacks in future. In response to the attacks, Iran warns of everlasting consequences and accuses Trump of betrayal. And away from all that, now sports. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola says winning the 2025 Club World Cup will not change anything at the club after a disappointing past season. It will be recalled that the citizens finished the campaign trophyless and struggled to qualify for the next season's Champions League. Speaking ahead of tomorrow's clash against Al Ain, the Spanish tactician stated that he is more concerned with making a positive impact in the tournament. Guardiola said for the South American teams, the competition may be the maximum, but for the European teams, it is a World Cup and the importance of collaboration among players in giving back to the society. And that's all for the news at 4. Maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration initiated the Lagos State Employability Support Project to address the labor skill gap and unemployment problems? You can get more details on the Lagos State government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, has encouraged women across the state to adopt urban agriculture practices within their homes to promote food security, improve household nutrition, and support environmental sustainability. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Nigerian police force to collaborate with other security and intelligence agencies to track down and bring to justice those responsible for the brutal killings of 12 travelers in Plateau State. We also told you that United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the U.S. devastated the Iranian nuclear program with its overnight strikes on 3 sites. And in sports, Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola says winning the 2025 Club World Cup will not change anything at the club after a disappointing past season. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adiswa Ejoyoka. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon and happy Sunday.